This is my midterm video presentation comparing and contrasting Blackboard Jungle and Rebel Without a Cause. I am Jay Graves. This is for Music 4932, something like that. And I got the movies. As you can see, I am all about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and have been for a very long time. I was kind of shocked that I had never seen, Rebel Without a Cause. It's huge in our lore. Was not at all what I expected. James Dean was not at all what I expected. I don't know what I expected, but something much cooler. And I did notice, a difference right off the bat was, Blackboard Jungle depicted the kids as, as crazy and unruly and violent and unable to take a lead or take leadership, or unable to stand out on their own. It was a very odd depiction of youth, but as we'll talk about later, not one that hasn't been seen again after. Rebel Without a Cause was kind of shocking because of how they depicted the kids as understanding and thoughtful, and they acted, they behaved very well. Even at the beginning when we started in the jail, it seemed as if the children were still relatable, and I think that some of that might have been based off of some of the music that they chose, the soundtrack. Rebel Without a Cause, surprisingly, didn't have any rock and roll in it that I remembered, which kind of caught me off guard a little bit too. Obviously rock and roll, around the clock was saying that, I'm sure it was some kind of a drug reference. They were, crazy kids, partying all the time, raising hell. Same thing we're doing nowadays. Even me at 43 years old, I'm still raising hell. The Rebel Without the Cause was mostly classical and was built around, the scenes. I thought it was, as for a play, I think it was a fantastic play. I don't know that it quite lives up to movie standards nowadays, but, I'm not sure I know how to compare them to current. I do think that the classical music was a huge, fantastic part of the movie, and led me to probably having empathy with the children. And I think that was one of the true differences between the two films. Was one showed the kids as an empathetic type being, and the other one showed them as kind of something standoffish. And you could see that by that one was from the point of view of the teacher, and one was from the point of view of the youth. Similar movies, immediately I thought of Stand By Me. Morgan Freeman, same kind of a thing. And, we just had AC/DC Turn Off Here, Shook Me All Night Long. So, we're still, and of course, now we have Paradise City coming on. It's Guns N' Roses. It's just one after the other. It seems to build off of those same type situations. And as for Rebel Without the Cause, honestly, is there any other movie besides Outsiders that doesn't seem to be a direct take from that? And honestly, one of my favorite books and movies of all time was The Outsiders. And although I can't say I did enjoy both movies, I watched both in their entirety. Plato's death was sad. I didn't like that. Could have went without Plato dying, but so Elvis said that he didn't mean to be sexy. He just shook his hips. Well, shake on, Elvis. Be good. And sex, drugs, and rock and roll. May it live forever.